I'm very pleased to be joined by David Axelrod, who is once again Chief Strategist for the presidential campaign this year of Barack Obama. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You've been involved in political campaigns since the early 1980s, I believe. That's a long time.
Yes.
And you stepped into the White House after the election in 2008 to become a senior advisor. Now you're back on the field again as a chief strategist. Is this where you want to be?
Well, the White House experience was an incomparable experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I like being out where people are. I like interacting with people and not cocooned in the White House in Washington. I think I can think more clearly when I'm out of that environment, and I get tremendous insights just from my day-to-day interactions with people. Plus, I love the city of Chicago, where I live, and where our campaign is headquartered. So, all in all, it's been a great move.
So, in 2007, as a chief strategist, you took a candidate who was relatively well known, but certainly a long shot for the presidency. Now you're chief strategist once again for a campaign that has a sitting president. What's the differences between the two?
Well, it is different because when you run, you don't have the kind of responsibilities that a president has. His day job is an important job, and it's the one people elected him to do, and he has to make decisions on a day-to-day basis that are going to impact on the campaign. You didn't have that element when he was a challenger. But the good thing about Barack Obama is that there is a consistency to him, a consistency of values, a consistency of belief, a consistency of goals. And so it's not as if you have to reinvent the story. The story is very much the same.
When he ran in 2008 and won the election, he became the first black president. Michelle Norris, who we spoke with yesterday, wrote a wonderful book called The Grace of Silence. And she explained the story that people who she had grown up with started for the first time to explain stories about their experiences as black people in America. Are you cognizant of those kinds of issues as a chief strategist when you're putting together a campaign, or are you focused exclusively upon the campaign itself?
Well, look, I think that all of us who were involved in that campaign were aware of the historic nature of the candidacy, and obviously there are issues surrounding it that we were aware of. We also knew that it would be a great milestone for the country if we were to win that election, and it would begin the kinds of conversations that Michelle wrote about in her book, and it would encourage young people to think of themselves differently, and that's important. That transcends politics. It's good for the country.
So this is kind of the calm before the storm. You're sitting here in Aspen, Colorado. You're about to really kick off this campaign once again. The Republicans are already starting to get their ducks in a row, as it were. I understand that you believe that Mitt Romney is the favorite?
Well, I've said that. I believe that he is the favorite. I don't think he is necessarily a strong favorite because there's a lot of turmoil and ferment in the Republican Party. The Tea Party dimension has added an element of uncertainty to their nominating process. Under normal circumstances, I think Romney, having run before and given the resources he has and so on, would be an even stronger front runner. But so I think he'll be tested, and I can't say for sure who their nominee is going to be. But I think there are a number of reasons to believe that he's the front runner right now.
Is there a candidate that your campaign would like to run against?
I don't think it would advance the cause of nominating a candidate we'd like to run against by naming them. But, the truth is there isn't that much of a difference between the candidates. They're all essentially running on the same economic platform, which is more tax cuts for the wealthy, slashing education, slashing innovation, slashing or changing Medicare, essentially ending it as we know it. That's the Republican platform, and it seems as if every one of them has signed on to it. So the debate may change because of the nature and character of the candidate, but the fundamentals will be the same. It's about which direction we want to go as a country.
So your suggestion is that regardless of what candidate the Republicans put up against President Obama, there'll be a very clear choice between the two candidates.
I think there's going to be a very clear choice, and you see it manifested in this debate over the federal debt right now. We all agree that you can't mortgage the future by allowing these deficits to grow and to untended. And we all agree basically on the amount of money we have to cut to do it. But the president's view is we have to do it in a balanced way, and because you also mortgage the future when you cut education by 25%, which is what the other side has proposed. You mortgage the future when you cut innovation, research and development, and disarm in making America, keeping America's technological edge by 75%. When you walk away from our infrastructure and you have crumbling bridges and roads, and that is a competitive issue for our future, and it goes to the quality of life that we're going to have in the future. So these are issues that we have to resolve, and they'll be resolved through this campaign.
Finally, elections come down to not just issues, but also personalities. David Brooks this week wrote an article about the president, referring to him as the convener-in-chief. Is the way in which the president positioned appropriate at this point in time? Are you happy with what's going on?
I'm proud to work for a guy who is goal-oriented. His focus is always on how do we get to the goal line on a particular issue, on a particular challenge. He's less consumed by scoring points every day. He's less consumed by some of the theatrics that, frankly, are favored within the political community and the political reporting community. And I think he's been able to get important things done as a result of that. I think that's a strength. To me, he's a leader who knows how to get things done, as opposed to a leader who's kind of a faux leader who creates a lot of sparks. That's never been his style, and I don't think it's what the American people are looking for.
Well, thank you very much for your time, David. Regardless of where you sit in the political issues, I think that you have done a fantastic job of moving this presidency along. And
thank you.
Good luck on the campaign.
I appreciate it. Great to meet you.